Hello and welcome to another video on Inkscape. In Inkscape 1.2 they've changed the appearance of the export dialog box. So in this video I want to take a fresh look at how you can set the export resolution and how you can go about changing Inkscape's default resolutions. Stick with us. So in Inkscape 1.2 they've changed the export dialog box. So what I'm going to do in this video is just have a fresh look at how you can go into your export dialog box and change resolution settings to suit your needs. So here I've created a design. I've put it on a page which is 1000 by 1000 pixels, and now I want to export it as a PNG. So I'm going to come up to File, down to Export. So in here we're exporting a single image, so I've got single image selected. I want to export the page, so I've got my page selected. Next section down just shows us our dimensions for the page. So at the moment it's in units of millimeters. So we've got our dimensions here. Below that we've got image size, 1000 by 1000 pixels, which is exactly what we want. And we've got a DPI of 96, which is Inkscape's default DPI, dots per inch or resolution. So I'm happy with the 1000 by 1000. That's how I want to export it, but I want to change the DPI. So if we come in here, I want to change this to 300 for printing. So I'll change it to 300, press enter, and if we look at our image size again, we can see that this has completely changed the pixel count in our image. So Inkscape looks at our image as being a set size, so 264 millimeters by 264 millimeters. So to increase the resolution and keep that page size, we need to increase the number of pixels. So that's why our pixel count is going up. So now we've changed the resolution, our size of our image and the size of our page has changed because we've got to fit in more pixels. Unfortunately at present, if we look at our page size in pixels, it remains the same. I think this is because Inkscape uses its default resolution settings to calculate the page size in pixels at the top here. It'd be nice if this changed to reflect the DPI that we're using for the export, but it currently doesn't. So we change that back to millimeters. So now I want to export my image. I want it to stay 1000 by 1000 pixels, but I want the DPI to be 300. So I'm going to have to approach this using a different method. So what I'm going to do is change my DPI here back to 96, which will correct our pixel size. We're going to leave the DPI here at 96 and ignore it. We're going to do it a different way. So if we come down next to our little preview window, we've got this box, Hide Export Settings. So we need to uncheck that. Then we can set where we're going to export our image to. So I've got that set. We can determine which format we want to export our image in. I want it as a portable network graphic or PNG. And then we can click export, and you'll get your portable network graphic dialog box pop up. In here we've got a physical DPI. Now this is where we want to change it to force Inkscape to export it at the resolution that we want. This way it won't affect the number of pixels in the image. So if we come up here and put in 300, press OK, and that'll export our image. So I've just imported my image into GIMP. GIMP is also free software similar to Photoshop. You can download it for free at gimp.org. So with my image in here, to check the resolution, I can just come up to Image, down to Image Properties, and in here we get all our information. So you can see we've got our sizes in pixels. It's 1000 by 1000, which is spot on to what I want. And the resolution is 11.811 times 11.811 pixels per millimeter, which is exactly the same as 300 DPI, just in different units. So I'm happy that I've exported my image correctly. So the last thing I quickly want to show you is how you can change Inkscape's default DPI settings. If we come up and click on our little spanner and screwdriver icon at the top here to get our preferences, you may have yours laid out different. I like my commands bar at the top here. If you want it to look the same as mine, and it currently doesn't, then you can go up to View, down to widescreen at the bottom and uncheck the box, and it'll lay it out the same as mine. So we're going to come up to our preferences button, click on that, and up pops our preferences dialog box. Another way you can get to it is if you just come up to edit, and you can find preferences down the bottom there as well. So in here we want to come down to imported images, and we've got a few things we can change with resolution. We've got the export resolution, so we can change it from 96, we could change this to 300, so we're set and ready to go. We've got create, this is for when you make a bitmap copy in your project. We can change the default DPI here, and if you're importing images, we've got a default import resolution. Some formats don't state a DPI, so that would be used for those formats, or if you wanted to override the file's existing DPI, you can use this resolution for that as well. So hopefully that's covered everything you might want to know. If I've missed anything out, put a comment below and I'll see what I can do. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.